Everyone should understand their own personal role in an emergency. Your own personal safety is the first priority, no matter what the incident is. There are 3 types of hazards we need to prepare for. Natural disasters are the most common and can range from wildfires to ice storms to earthquakes. Technological disasters can include situations like power outages, gas leaks, and chemical spills, which may affect operations and can compromise safety. Human-caused incidents like active shooter events, school or workplace violence situations, arson, and bomb threats are the 3rd type of hazard for which we need to be prepared. Any one of these incidents has the potential to jeopardize personal safety, which is why everyone should be familiar with WSU Spokane's emergency response procedures. This video covers some of the basic emergency response principles that students, faculty, and staff should be aware of, including how you will be notified and what to do. The WSU Spokane campus uses a notification system called Everbridge. The Everbridge mass notification system alerts you of incidents through phone calls, text messages, and emails. If you are on the WSU Spokane campus, you must verify you are signed up to receive emergency alerts. To ensure that you will receive the notifications, go to the WSU Campus Alert website at spokane.wsu.edu/alert to make sure your information is up to date. If you are an EWU student, faculty, or staff, your program will provide information to WSU Spokane to automatically enroll you to receive Everbridge notifications. Incident alerts and updates may also be shared through email, social media, and on the WSU Spokane website. In the event of a natural disaster, such as a fire or human threat in the building, and you can evacuate safely, do so. If a dangerous situation occurs outside your room or building, you may need to shelter in place or lock down. If the hazard is widespread, leave the campus and get as far away as necessary to escape the hazard. Once you are safe, call 911 to alert emergency services and stay on the line. If you absolutely cannot call, then text 911. Once the emergency services are on their way, or while someone is contacting 911, call Campus Safety and Security at 509-358-7995. You should have this number programmed into your phone. This is a critical step because our emergency notification process begins with WSU Spokane Campus Safety and Security. Finally, follow all directions given by emergency responders or the WSU and Spokane campus notification system. To recap, first, ensure your own personal safety. Second, call or text 911. Third, call Campus Safety at 509-358-7995. And finally, follow directions. If you are a faculty member, a building floor captain, or a university representative sponsoring an event, you are expected to lead the students, building occupants, or guests in proper incident response, as long as your own personal safety is not compromised. Your role may involve instructing your group on how to shelter in place or lock down a classroom and where to go after evacuating an unsafe building or leaving the campus entirely. There are several resources you will want to be familiar with. The WSU Spokane campus maintains a written emergency procedures manual, which can be found at spokane.wsu.edu/emergency-procedures. There are campus emergency instruction posters and building evacuation routes posted in every classroom, conference room, and near building elevators. The WSU Spokane campus also has emergency equipment installed throughout their buildings. Next time you are in a building, take note of the fire extinguisher closest to your office or classroom. Also, each building has exits and alarm pull handles. Note their locations. If a fire alarm is activated, your building's fire doors may close. This situation may be unfamiliar, but the doors are not locked, and you must still evacuate. Just push the handle on the door to get through. One human-caused hazard we need to spend a little bit more time discussing is the active shooter scenario. Although the chances of such an incident happening at the campus are remote, it is important to know your response options and be prepared. First, if you're ever caught in a life-threatening situation, you must assess the situation and quickly take decisive action. Your most basic response options are to run, hide, and fight. In most cases, the best option is to put as much distance as possible between you and the shooter. If you are able, run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. This is especially true if you are already outside and you hear shots or if you're notified of a shooter elsewhere on campus. In cases where you can't safely put distance between you and the shooter, you should hide or lock down in a safe space. In a lockdown situation, you should lock or barricade doors so the shooter cannot get in. Turn off the lights, close the shades, stay out of sight and remain quiet. Silence your cell phone, including the vibrate function. If others are with you, make sure they do the same. You should hide until you are notified through the campus alert system that the situation is all clear. In extreme cases, when running and hiding are not possible, you may have to directly confront your attacker. In this case, you must fight with all your might to disarm, stop, or disable the assailant. Of course, fighting your attacker directly would be terrifying, but even in a situation like this, you still have options. Use anything you can as an improvised weapon such as a chair, a backpack, or even a fire extinguisher. You can throw things like staplers, scissors, tape dispensers, or hot coffee. The point is to do anything you can to disrupt the attack. Yell, scream, attack as a group if you can. Keep in mind that you do not need to get full control of the attacker, but if you can control their hands, it will limit their ability to use the weapon. Only you can decide what to do in moments like these, but the goal is to do anything you need to do to survive until emergency responders arrive. So if it comes to it, you have to be ready to fight, don't fight fair, and fight for your life. There is one other important thing to keep in mind. If you have disarmed the attacker, keep or kick the weapon away from them, but do not pick it up. If law enforcement arrives suddenly, you do not want to be mistaken as the attacker. It is also important to realize that when first responders arrive on the scene, they have no way of knowing who is the threat, so follow their instructions completely. Keep your hands where they can see them and do not do anything that might seem threatening. Be ready to tell the first responders anything they need to know and that can help them locate and identify the attacker. Their primary goal is to find the assailant and stop the violence. This video has covered emergency response resources, protocols, and techniques we have in place at WSU Spokane. We ask that you do your best to learn the campus's emergency procedures and prepare yourself by creating your own personal safety plan. Remember to be prepared and ready to react to any potential emergency.